Your personal revolution starts here. Welcome to Unlock Your Future You. This isn't another workshop, it is the starting point for your personal revolution. Today, we'll uncover what's truly holding you back and how you can align your energy, mindset, and your actions to create a life you love.
The next 6 months are going to pass no matter what. The question that you have for yourself is, are you going to stay stuck in the same patterns, or will you create lasting change? Time, again, is going to move forward whether you act or not. The question is, where do you want to be in 6 months? Today, we're going to show you how to break free from what's holding you back and align with the future you're meant for.
The core problem, otherwise known as why you feel stuck. You're doing all the quote unquote right things, but not seeing any progress. You've been told to work harder, not smarter. Your energy feels scattered, not aligned. Does any of this sound familiar?
So here's something that sounds a little adversarial. Molly here is going to get in your face. Do you want to know your problem? Have you ever heard that before? Especially if you're trying to grow, and maybe someone who is not comfortable with your growth patterns might want to say, "Hey, you've changed," or "What's wrong with you?" I don't know if that sounds familiar to you, but when I started to move out of my comfort zone, I heard that a lot from other people. Or maybe you can't seem to make headway with your goals. And so you might be asking yourself, "What's my problem? What's wrong? Why am I doing this wrong?" The thing is it's not a problem per se. It's your approach. It's a case of being misaligned. So if you feel like you're spinning your wheels, again, you're not alone. That's why you're here. And the thing is we can also help you with that. And it begins by taking stock of your energy, making sure that you're aligned and your intentions are on target. And then you definitely want to make sure that you are ready to follow through on your behaviors.
Your dreams are your birthright. You have everything, literally everything that you need to create the life that you desire. You just need the tools to unlock it. What if we told you that the life you want isn't a wild fantasy? It's your birthright. The challenge isn't whether you're capable, it's about unlocking the tools and alignment to make it reality.
So tools, you're talking about tools. What are these tools? The tools that we've been talking about have to do with shifts. They're simple but not easy shifts to your personal revolution. And they start with your clarity, which begins with identifying what's holding you back. The second thing you want to do is make sure that your energy alignment is being focused on where you really need it to go and not wasting it on actions or behaviors or other people's behaviors that may be holding you back. You need to focus your energy on what matters to you. And then once that focus is there, the third shift is being intentional about your action. You need to learn how to take those small, aligned steps toward big change. And these are the foundations of your personal revolution. Clarity, alignment, action. You can transform not only your results, but how you feel about your life every day.
And we call this a workshop, and so far we've been talking to you, but here's where we're actually going to ask you to start doing the work. The work starts right here, right now. So, clarity, it's power, right? You can't make forward progress if you're unclear on where you're going. And that is where your power lies. So, I want you to ask yourself, and you can pause this if you want to take some time to answer these questions. What is it that you truly want? What do you want? It seems like such a simple question. Like Molly said, these are simple. It's a simple process. Doesn't mean it's easy. What is holding you back from what you want? Think about the things that make you frustrated, get you upset. Those are signs that, or those might be things that might be holding you back, whether it's internally or externally. And then third, what stories are you telling yourself? What are you holding on to from your past or from your present that you have told yourself over and over and over again that I never do this right, or I mess this up all the time, or bad things always happen to me? What are those stories? They're not true, first of all. But let's identify those stories so we can start to work with those stories and start to change your mindset, change the way that your brain is wired to think about these things.
So remember, I talked about energy, not your time, because I'm sure that you've been in a position where you've done an incredible amount of work in a very short window of time. And why was that? Because you knew what needed to be done, you knew how to do it, and you had all of your energy and your focus in the same space that's at the same time. So also, I mentioned earlier, if you're maybe spending some of your time spending it literally on the behavior of other people or other people's problems or other people's goals or other people's uh, issues, a lot of times we give away our power because, and we have those energy leaks because we are not managing our energy in alignment with where we need to be spending our time. So again, like Christine said, if it helps to put this on pause for just a moment, write down a couple of things. Where is your energy leaking? Is it going to be on projects that aren't yours to be doing? Or are you volunteering yourself into places where you don't need to be? On the other side, we want to look at what recharges you. What brings you back into your center? What gives you energy? What is something that you can do that makes you feel alive again? It could be a hobby, it could be a workout, it could be something like spending time with specific people. Those types of things are rechargeable moments, and that could be different if you're an introvert or an extrovert or an ambivert. But the biggest thing that we would like for you to do right now is to pay attention to what works for you. This is a highly personal program that is designed to feature your needs, your wants, your goals, your revolution. Make sure, again, finally, that you are aligning your actions with your highest priorities. Make sure that you are aligning your actions with your highest priorities. Okay, once you've got all that done, let's keep going.
Small aligned steps create big change. I'm going to read that again because it's so important. Small aligned steps create big change. If you think about a ship and how it sails across the ocean, let's say, if it's off by 1 degree and it's headed towards, let's say, Africa, it's off 1 degree north, it's going to end up in Spain by the end of its voyage if it's leaving from Florida in the United States. So that's a big change, right? But like it's just 1 degree. So if you take that and apply it to your life, if you change, I don't know if you've read the book 1% Better. Oh God, what is it? It's but if the whole idea, sorry, tangent, it is that you improve yourself 1% every single day. By the end of the year, by the end of, in a year, you're going to be a completely different, better, improved human. So I want you to ask yourself, and again, we can pause this if you need to take a few moments to think about it. This is again, we're doing the work here right away. We're all about, Molly and I are all about digging in, doing the work right away. What is one small action I can take today? Think back to the first thing, the clarity is power. What is it that you truly want? Okay, you've got that in mind. And what is holding you back? That was the another question. Take those and then think about the questions that Molly asked you. Where is your energy leaking? What recharges you? And then think about those things. Put it all together. What's one small action that you can take today to work towards those things that you want? And then how can you build momentum without going whole hog? Grew up in the city. I don't know why I'm using a farm reference. Going a whole hog, and getting yourself all overwhelmed. How can you take that action and build momentum, but without burning out? We don't want to. I know if you're like me at the beginning of the year, you want to have, if you have a fitness goal, I'm amazing at it. For the first 2 weeks, I'm like gung ho, right? And then the third week, I'm like, oh my God, I'm exhausted, and I fall off the wagon, right? We don't want that. We want sustainable, lasting change. So what's a small little step that you can take every day or every other day to work towards your goal? But let's start today.
All right, now this is a slow jam portion of the workshop. We're going to bring it all back in together, and we're going to do some internal work. We're going to do some visualizing. Now, I like to visualize and close my eyes. You may not. I like to shut my eyes because when I imagine and I visualize, if I shut my eyes, then I really am looking at the internal landscape of my imagination. So, take a moment, get comfortable. I want you to roll your shoulders back toward the wall behind you. Now I'd like for
I'm
you
gonna
to
do this with you.
hold up. Pardon?
I'm sorry, I'm gonna do this with you.
Super. So you want to make sure that you're loosening up your shoulders and getting yourself so that you're relaxing, so that you're going to focus your energy toward the visualization. So whenever you visualize, make sure that you have eliminated other stimuli, because anything that you're doing when you're trying to visualize, if you're distracted, that's again a diffusion of your energy. So if you need to make sure that the kids are napping, or make sure that your Fido has a lunch and is quiet or in the kennel, you want to make sure that just for 5 minutes it's just you and your brain and your imagination and your future. Okay, so I'm gonna introduce you to your future you. So again, with your closing your eyes, you're gonna roll your shoulders back, scrunch your shoulders forward, really loosen up those muscles. Take a nice deep breath, and you want to inhale through your nose and then exhale through your mouth like you're blowing out a candle, and empty your stomach, so to speak. You want to contract your diaphragm, so you're really emptying out your lungs. And do this a couple times. And what that does is you are oxygenating your brain. You are basically carbo loading your brain, only you're using oxygen instead of pasta. Not sure if you're a runner, but if you're familiar with carbo loading, but you're going to be oxygenating your brain, because when you give your brain cells fuel, they think better. What do you know? So anyway, here we go. Now here comes the actual exercise itself. I want you to picture yourself with your goals that you've just been writing down, and just imagine, where do you see yourself 1 year from now? Try to make your vision as detailed possible. So if it's something that has to do with a professional goal, you might be imagining a specific office, or you might be specific task, or you're leading a specific team. Maybe it has to do with a fitness goal, so you're imagining yourself water skiing, or you're leading a yoga class. Just really try to put yourself in that scene. Just really imagine what you're doing and how it feels, and what would you say, and how would you get there? Are you going to be riding your bike? I mean, really try to put yourself in that scene. And when you're done with that, I'd like you to write down a couple things, because writing things is a way to record them in your brain in a different way. There's a cognition and a recall that happens when you write. So after you've kind of given yourself that little daydream, which Gloria Steinem says is, after all, a form of planning, so don't knock those daydreams. Write down, what did you achieve? And then the gratitude thing. Please make sure that you're always writing down what you're grateful for as you move through your developmental stage, including where you are right now, because gratitude is both a magnet and it's also fuel. So never, ever, ever underestimate the power of gratitude in helping you propel yourself toward your future. So there you go. You can do that imagining anytime you want, by the way. Ready?
Thanks for
Okay.
that, Molly. That was great.
Yeah.
Your personal revolution starts here, right here. So you've already started. You've already started. We just walked you through a
Yep.
amazing, in my opinion, if I can say so myself, a really great exercise. We're just getting started. If you want to keep going on this journey, I encourage you to apply it to the FutureU CoLab, because it's where clarity, action, and alignment all come together. We give you guided support for your transformation all along the way, using a proven process for achieving your dream. It's actually called, spoiler alert, it's called the aligned method. You might have seen us talk about it on social media. But this is your time. The time is now. Your personal revolution starts right here.
So we've covered a lot in a very short amount of time. So what I'd like you to do is just take a moment to review your notes and look at what was something that really stood out to you. And I really want for you to please renew your dedication to yourself, your goals, your opportunities, your potential, and your wants. Yes, you are allowed to want something. It's absolutely possible and fine for you to be selfish in this particular area. There's something wrong with wanting what's best for you, because, spoiler alert, what's best for you is usually, if you're examining it from a holistic and abundance based platform, what's best for you usually blesses and elevates others. So review your goals, renew your commitment to yourself, and then again, commit It's go time. Here is where you make the decision to invest in yourself and your personal revolution. Christine and I support your growth and your flourishing. We really, really do want for you to succeed. It makes me happy. It makes Christine happy. We are so excited and stoked to help you. Um, but the first step is all up to you. Your dreams are non negotiable. You matter. So, again, I encourage you, invite you to apply now to join FutureU CoLab and take the first step toward your revolution.
But who the heck are we and why should you listen to us? So we're big fans of showing, not telling. And so we wanted to give you that entire walkthrough with that before we even get into who the heck we are. So hello again. I am Christine Mortensen, founder of Sparked Business and Mindset Growth. And I have spent my career specializing in the reinvention of businesses and careers, helping you evaluate and transform the system you've inherited without even being asked, how rude, that you've inherited throughout your entire life. I am big into science-backed strategies, marrying those with the universal principles and applying them to the real world so that you can bring about lasting change. This is not about quick fixes. This is not about quote unquote life hacks, although I do love me a kitchen life hack. This is about what's going to make things stick and getting you that transformation that you desire and that, frankly, you deserve.
Yeah, and I really like how Christine and I overlap. This is Molly Cantrell Craig. I started out in marketing and media, which is where Christine and I have a lot of, again, commonalities with really loving to reach out to people and to communicate with them how they can grow and how they can be their best selves. I have a background with nonprofits. I was featured in CNN, the BBC. I work a lot with transition, personal accountability, and I am the creator of the U-turn method, which is a coaching modality. And I help people overcome the overwhelm that comes with change so that they can manifest the life that they desire, no matter who they are or where they are. And starting over and building from scratch is a skill. I've done it at least 4 times in my adult life, and it doesn't get any easier, but it also doesn't get any harder because there's a process. And it's always easier to do that process when you're supported by a loving, supportive community of people who love you enough to tell you what needs to be done and how you can help yourself and hold your hand and all sorts of other cool stuff. And it's fun to be doing this again with Christine because we have decades of experience helping ambitious women thrive with balance, because we've also, and I'm going to say for myself, I've always been too much. I didn't realize I was intense until I was in my 30s. But we know what it's like to be a woman who no one knows what to do with me because, you've got all this goal stuff going and you want to do something and you stand out and you're not supposed to stand out and you're not supposed to, so this is really rambling, but I just wanted to have you understand that we get it. We get it. I get it. I don't know, Christine, I'm sure you get it.
I get it. I love I still have this in my bio. It's I've seen some stuff. I've been through it myself and my job is well, and our job is to help you stay away from as much of it
As
as
possible.
possible
And succeeding.
and
And succeeding. And
succeeding.
having fun.
Yes,
Yeah.
thriving.
Thriving is fun. It really is. So
It
that's us.
really is. That's us. So thank you so much. And if you're still here with us, clearly you are vested in your own growth. Explore the details on this page to learn how the CoLab group coaching program will support you along your journey and apply now. It costs nothing to apply. Applying is super easy and we waste no time helping you work towards your transformation. There are one, two, three simple steps. First, you fill out a short application. I promise it's like 10 questions, if that, and most of them are multiple choice. We're not asking you to write a novel. Number two, we want you to book a call with us so we can go over what you put in your application, your goals, etc. And on that call, you will walk away with actionable insights directly on that call. And then number three, choose from one of the 3 different payment options. We like flexibility. I just got done doing yoga earlier this morning. We're flexible. So you choose one of the 3 payment options and you'll immediately get access to the CoLab community, the resource vault, which, oh my goodness, has at this point, it has 13 different amazing balance building resources, transformational resources, tools, templates, you name it, it's in there. And we're going to continue to add to it every single month. And then you get access to the coaching calls and all the logistics. And there's even more we haven't even put in there yet that we're planning on. So also, if that's not enough, plus when you pay in full, you get an extra special bonus. I'm not telling you what it is, but you can scroll down on this page to find out what it is. So you're just going to have to go find it. It's good stuff.
Cool. Cool.
Thank you for being here.
Thank you.